Welcome back to Eating Fruit with the Trees. Today I have my trees with me and of course the co-host some fruits, and I got some water with me today, of course. It's March, the spring equinox is among us, things are transitioning, and it is the perfect time to talk about spiritual cleansing, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. My kitty is going to be co-hosting. He's going to be security guarding, walking around, make sure everything's all good with us. So I'm going to touch on a few topics. I want to first start with decluttering. Decluttering is so important because if it's too much clutter and too many things piled up in your area, you're not allowing flow to come in. You're not allowing space for the things that you've been asking for, and you are closing yourself off to the old things that you have. So decluttering, getting rid of things that you haven't used. My rule is 6 months. You have not used it in 6 months, you got to get rid of it. Decluttering is a very holistic thing and a very spiritual thing, because when you have more space, your mind is more clear, your mind is able to receive things, you're able to make better decisions, your body feels good, you can actually move around, and ultimately you're allowing ease and flow into your home that can come with easeful energy, that can come with easeful ideas, that can come with money flow, that can come with just inviting people over and allowing them to freely flow within your space, especially when you're trying to manifest something or allow things to flow into your life, or in this period of transition when things are changing, when we're moving seasons, when all the eclipses are happening, when the energy is shifting, when the new world is approaching. We want to be able to receive these things, and in order to receive these things, we have to have our hands empty. And this is not about replacing things, right? And so like if you're getting rid of old clothes, this is not about like, oh, I got rid of these 5 shirts, I need to get 5 more shirts. This is about making room for more to come to you naturally. This is about making room to see what you already have and appreciate what you already have and utilize what you already have. Make it a habit of just giving things away that you haven't used, maybe to family members that may want it, younger family members, your younger sister, your younger niece, giving your things away as far as clothes, giving up home appliances that you do not use away to someone who actually could use it, posting things up for free, just giving things away. You know, everything's not all about the exchange of currency. A lot of things are just about you're going to receive that exchange, that energy flow exchange. A lot of things are just about the letting go and releasing to someone who needs it more. I'm doing so good. Okay, moving along to my favorite thing, cutting people off. I'm a very Taurus woman, and I like to cut people off. I cut people off for very little things, for crossing my boundaries. If they do something I don't like, if there's something that I feel like is not in alignment with where I see myself going or where I'm going, I'll cut someone off just for that reason. Now, cutting people off can be kind of hard because unfortunately we create attachments around our relationships, and with those attachments, it makes it feel like we need these people. But if we really start to itemize the things that these people are doing for us, the pros and cons, the goods and bads of these people, we do realize that this person is more of a detriment to us, and we're carrying this person and is holding us back more than it's leveling us up. And so cutting people off is absolutely my specialty for growth. It's absolutely my specialty for transformation and moving on and moving and ushering yourself into the next version or the next chapter or the next period of your life. Unfortunately, it is so true. The people that you surround yourself with are the people that you're going to eventually turn into, because you're doing the things that they're doing, and you're engaging in things that they're engaging, and you really do have to let people go. Unfortunately for me, I'm going through a transition in my life right now where I am evaluating my relationships, which I'm always doing. That's not news. But unfortunately for me, I am looking at people that I love, that I care for, that I'm looking at them and I don't see them in my future of where I'm going. And so I am in this transformation period where I am evaluating how I'm going to transition these people out of my life in a graceful way that doesn't hurt me and that doesn't hurt the person, while still loving them from a distance, because that is still a possibility, to love someone from afar and from a distance. And so that's something that we have to work through as individuals on how to transform it. Because every breakup, every friendship breakup or breakup doesn't have to be this grand toxic thing. You know, we can come to these agreements with ourselves that we can let these people go, and it can be with love, and it can be with grace, and because it's necessary. Another spiritual hygiene to pay attention to during the spring equinox and during this transformation is energy vampires. As we're elevating and as we're transitioning, the veil may be thin in some areas, and especially while you're fasting. It's Ramadan, and a lot of people are doing different fasts. I'm always doing a fast or a detox, and we have to be careful for these people who want to suck us into these like conversations and these draining conversations, and they don't want to hear your point of view, and they won't hear your point of view, and they're circling around the conversation. And these type of things are vampire. They're just draining your energy because they know they're feeding off of you continuing to engage in these conversations and continuing to engage in these interactions. And we have to be careful when we're doing spiritual work and when we're transitioning into seasons, that we are paying attention to the people who want to drain us, who want to suck us of the little energy that we have from the work that we're doing. Cleaning your altar. I'm guilty of an ashy altar. My altar be ashy from all the incense. So clean your altar is a good transitional and spring cleaning and a spiritual hygiene that we can do. Just wiping it down, getting some Florida water, cleaning it up. And those offerings and things can get kind of stale, and we got to freshen that up. So cleaning the altar will definitely invite in more spiritual abundance and spiritual blessings and spiritual clarity. In order to receive the messages that the ancestors want to tell us, we have to make sure the altar is clean and the altar is full. So I'm going to go clean my altar. Something about oranges that just gives me so much life. Like when you eat an orange, like you can just feel it in your body. Like this, it like wakes you up. An orange literally wakes you up. It's so crazy. So mirrors, doors, and floors. Mirrors are portals. It's a portal into a reflection of yourself. It's a portal into a reflection of the spiritual worlds. It is a veil in itself. And so making sure that your mirror is clean is so important, because when we're looking at the vision for the future, we want to make sure that vision is clear. We want to make sure we're reflecting clarity. We don't want any confusion. We don't want any fingerprints or smudges or dust when we're looking into a mirror. And windows too, windows and window entries, we want to make sure that they are clean and clear. I make it a point to clean my mirrors at least weekly. I hate seeing little stuff on my mirrors, and I do be thinking like, this is a little spiritual attack. If the smudges on my mirrors, I don't know where they came from. Cleaning the doorway is like something that is, I feel like, is not as common in like everyday life. Definitely common in the spiritual world. In the spiritual world, we're cleaning doorways. Doorways are also portals. Doorways are entries. You ever go through a door and then you forget what the hell you was going into that room for? Yes, because you moved into a portal. And so you have to go back to the other side of the portal to remember, and then take that memory with you to the next portal. And so making sure those portals are clean, making sure those portals are sacred. Our front door, especially, because it's the door to our sanctuary. And so we want to make sure that the sanctuary entrance is clean. You can either make an herbal wash to clean your doors, or you can just use salt water to clean your doorways. Also Florida water is something, rose water you can clean your doorways with. If you've never cleaned your doorway, you might want to do something a little bit more potent to get all of that energy off of there. Especially if you just moved into an apartment and it's new for you and maybe someone else lived there before, clean that energy off that doorway, clean all the doorways, all the windows, clean everything up. So some herbs that you can use for floor washes and door washes are rosemary. Rosemary is my favorite. You already know. If you've been here long enough, you know rosemary is my favorite herb. And rosemary is a good, powerful protection herb, and it cleanses. Clove, basil, like I said, salt. My secret weapon, do I want to tell you my secret weapon? I won't tell you my secret weapon, but you can use herbs like hyssops and different types of spiritual herbs that you can use for protection and cleansing. And yeah, just make a little herbal wash. You can boil the herbs, you can steep the herbs, you can let it sit, and then use that on a rag or in a spray bottle and clean up your altars with it, your area, all the areas with it. And last but not least, cleaning your temples, cleaning your altar, your altar right here. Having spiritual hygiene means to not only clean your space, but to clean your body. A very, very simple spiritual cleansing for your body is just salt and water. Doing a salt bath, a salt scrub, and praying over yourself, putting your hands on yourself, and using affirmations and prayer over your own temple easily can bring protection and clarity. Also using the same herbs I told you about in the spiritual floor wash and in the spiritual door wash, you can use those same herbs. If you're looking for tips, I definitely have some videos on my page on how to make these spiritual washes, how to make these spiritual baths. I'm not going to carry on today. But I do want to just give some facts about how it is important to clean yourself spiritually during these transitions. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure that you subscribe. I am like 10 subscribers away from 100, and I really need you to subscribe because I'm really trying to get to 500. So thank you so much for watching. I love you so much. Peace.